Hello, everyone. This is kind of an impromptu live. Wait and see if I can get some other people in here before I start going off. Hey, Gary. Man, Gary, I'm having. Is my sound good? Let me know. Jesse Whitlock. Man, dude, I bet you were out flipping today. Tell me, Jesse, you see anything out there? Hey, Solo. Hey, Survival. I saw you and Gary Lamb's chat earlier. I didn't know that was going on. Hey, not a lot, Eric B. How are you? Hey Jesse, I actually went by a trash pile today and didn't see anything. I did hear frogs calling tonight, so it's it's a good thing. Hey, Outdoors with Big Matt, I do the same thing for you, bud. I appreciate you helping me log them hours, and I hope you appreciate me helping you log yours. And I may be throwing out some unpopular opinions tonight. Not like, I mean, hey Ariel, good to have you on board. And not like I'm the guru of what to do, what not to do, but still reaping the repercussions of drinking. Hey Jesse, be glad you're still young enough you can drink. You get to my age, you'd go drink 2-3 beers, you have an arthritis flare. Yeah, and it gets bad. You get older, so enjoy it while you're young. Um, and anyone who is coming over from Ledka's Live, I appreciate it. So, I need to get caught up on Ledka's lives because I haven't been. I had my computer crash. Some of you guys are like seeing all my videos pop up, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get video, like some of it I'm not even editing, I'm just uploading. I'm getting it on my YouTube channels before like the whole damn thing, before my backup crashes and everything else. So I'm working. No, I'm not going to make the OHS conference. I should be in Texas. That's this weekend. I think that's this weekend. I think I'm going to be down by Waco. At least I plan to be. And I'm kind of bummed they're not videotaping those, Jesse, because I saw where it's going to be on the alligator snapping turtle. And that'd be a good one. And De Lagon is an amazing speaker. I've seen his presentation before. So I would encourage everyone to go. Jesse, man, let's herp this spring. Man, I'm down. Are you still in Kansas? Or you back in Oklahoma? Either way, I plan to make it to Kansas, so hopefully we get to herp some this spring. Hey, Iron Dog. Good to have you. Well, man, I tell you, don't worry, Jesse. I've got Kevin doing the same thing. You know, he's gone crazy over them alligator snapping turtles. Come get a county record milk with me. You know, Jess, that's a plan. That's an actual plan, because I want to get up to Kansas and hit that. You know the areas. You know what goes on in Kansas. I was talking to Chad Whitney about it the other day. Survival. Um, Other than I agreed with Gary, I'm pretty much cutting it there. I'm kind of not really trying to cross issues with that, but I kind of agreed with Gary and Hood. I kind of thought what Dylan did was crappy, and I can just kind of leave it at that. But man, there's a lot going on in the YouTube um, world. Not a lot, Lou B. I'm just going to drop my 2 cents on some issues that happened this week, and we're just going to go from there. Survival, I'm going to add you as a moderator if you don't mind. Help me kick down any bots. Gary and Iron Dog and Ariel should be good on it too. Yeah, I'm really hoping to. My county is the only county in the area that has no records. Oh, Jesse, it's it's a funny thing. Like that Atrox that Kevin found, like kind of close to, where I am. Because he put that on the OHS board. I did see that, and everybody told him to like go list it on INET, and he did, and that's fine. I don't know that I would have listed it. Now I'm not ripping Kevin, not ripping him at all. He's my homie. We put in a lot of road miles together. But I'm kind of like, it's a commercially collected species. I don't know that I want to be advertising where another population of them are. Meanwhile, I get ripped on North American Field Herping Association for saying there's a black rat snake in Keystone State Park. And I did pin it to INET. I didn't pin the timber. Even though other people have pinned timbers in that area, I didn't pin the timber. And actually, that timber was shot at a different location. That was in Osage County, but I don't know, that one dumbass bought it. Hey, Moon. Been catching your lives. Glad you're here. Sorry, gang, it's a little rough. My sound, I think, is okay. Hey, Jess, they are there. They've been there. And the locals have kind of kept that under wraps. That's how I hooked up with Kyle. I saw him post one from damn near same location. And no, it was an Osage County timber. But I fed it into the Keystone video. Then I had some nozzle on NAFA go. I'm like, yeah, dude, shut the hell up. I like it. It's funny. They jump on me for saying, something, is commonly observed on INAT. 2 posts below, you've got someone like, Tim Cole, who is like a Texas herp king. And he's talking about how great INAT is. Nobody jumps his butt. But, they try and jump on me. I'm in a mood tonight. Jess, I think they're more common than we think they are. I think they're just masters of illusion. You know what goes on out there by like, Aaron, the train tracks, need I say more? I think there's more of them than we think, but at the same time, I understand. I wouldn't advertise the location of one of them either, but also the fact that every local in the Keystone area knows they're there. I mean, go to Manford 411 and see pictures of them chopped up. They find on the north side of the lake. Once again, all the locals know they're there. Well, Bowman, they're hard to find. I had to learn how to target them. And Jesse Whitlock, dude's a master herper. I think he gets embarrassed when I say that, but the dude kicks butt. What can I say? Yeah, Connor, you should follow Jesse. Because, man, that guy herps his butt off and finds everything. He puts in the work and he gets a lot out of it. I'll say that. He finds a lot of things I wish I could find. Yeah, I'll come up there to Kansas with you, Jesse, and we'll go like looking for milks, and cause like I'm around, you'll be cursed. You won't find any milks. No, I bet you can get one in that county, Jesse. And in Kansas, do you have to kill them to turn them in for a record, or keep them their entire life? And do you have to have a scientific collector's permit in Kansas? I've got some things that I'm gonna. Um, I'm kicking around applying for a scientific collector's permit because there are a few things that I would like to, get listed, get credit for that I know that are out of range, and but I don't know. I just hate that whole having to, euthanize the animal or keep it till it dies, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm against, taking something that's not endangered out of the wild and keeping it captive for 5, 10 years, whatever, feeding it mice all those times, but it's just what it is. But anyway, I might lose some followers over what I'm about to say, but it's my take on something that I feel very strongly about. Gotcha, Jess. Do you have not everything? I've heard in Oklahoma everything has to be dead, or you have to keep it until it dies. Then you have to send it off to the museum in Norman. Could be wrong. Just got to keep half-ass notes. Oh, believe me, I can keep half-ass notes. Full ass, no, can't. And sorry, guys, if normally I try to keep this kind of a family-oriented channel. I'm gonna be a little unhinged tonight. There's a guy named Dingo Dinkelman. I kind of like some of his videos. Didn't like other of his videos. Wasn't He didn't seem like a bad guy. He's out of Africa, and he had like 500,000 subs. Good to know, Jesse. Good to know. But anyway, Dingo had like 500,000 subs. Yeah, but then you don't get credit for the record, you reptile. That's part of the scientific collector's permit issue. And like in New Mexico, I think it's different. But, it's Oklahoma's a little. If you're with it. Hey, good to know, Jesse, because I thought about hitting up Richard Butler, too, because like I think he has his. And man, Jesse, you need to write me a letter. Say I recommend Todd Autry to. But man, Jesse, I'll like hit you up on Facebook or something. We'll figure something out. Okay, Boa man, to get into it, Dingo Dinkelman. Do you know who he is? Jesse, they'd revoke your permit if I found it. Have Babbitt tell you some stories sometime about like times where like I flip this rock and I get a ring neck, and he flips this rock and he gets a milk snake. Seriously, Babbitt will dish the dirt on me. So, good stuff. But anyway, Dingo Dinkelman was a YouTube creator who focused on reptiles in Africa. Gotcha, Jess. And he made some good videos. I think his heart was in the right place. And but what he did was he used he used photographs that were copyrighted by the African Snakebite Institute. And now some of those guys over there, like I talked to a lot of, Mike Perry, Dader Alfair. Some of those guys are people I know. There's one guy I can't pronounce his name, but UYS is how he spells it. And he found me actually because he's like all into Atrox, and I'm like, how did they get Atrox in South Africa? It's kind of an odd thing, but But anyway, he was, Dingo used some, and once again, for all I know, maybe Dingo has a producer putting his thumbnails together for him. Hey, good luck in class tomorrow, Jesse. Thank you for stopping by. I always appreciate seeing you, bud. You're good people. And I'm sauced. Yeah, stay away from that booze, but dude, man, do enjoy college. Enjoy it while it lasts. Trust me. But anyway, Dingo, his channel had value. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a bad channel. Some of his videos I didn't care much for what he did, but a lot of them I did like. And I didn't watch his channel all the time, but like once in a while I'd see like a title, and I would pick up on it, and I'd go watch his video. But what happened is this guy who had these photos copyrighted at the African Snakebite Institute filed strikes against Dingo. And I don't think Dingo should have lost his channel over it. Let me say that. But I kind of think what Dingo should have done, and maybe he tried, and maybe this is part of what we don't know, but maybe Dingo should have said, hey, can I make a contribution to ASI? Because with 500,000 followers on YouTube, the guy was making some jack. I mean, you're making some money at that level on YouTube. I mean, I know people who are doing it. But the point I want to make is when you go to borrow someone's photographs, someone's video, someone's even intellectual property, the responsibility is on you to find out if you can use it under Creative Commons license, to find out if it's under standard YouTube license, which means you do have to seek permission before using it. And my take is, what does it hurt to ask people? You see something cool, you want to use it. Like, I've got a buddy named Tyler Albertson. I think he's Okla Wild on Instagram. Go check out his Instagram. Amazing photographer. I've hit him up before for like pictures for thumbnails, and I get it in writing. Can I use this? Can I use this photo and put text on it? And I give you credit for the photo. And he's like, sure, man. Okay, that's doing things the right way. I've seen video that, like, how do I say this? I'll say I've seen video that resulted from like a 9-hour drive into Texas, New Mexico, or something like that, pop up on someone else's channel that's monetized, that's video I shot. I'm filing a copyright strike. I don't care about them. They could have asked me. I put an email in all my videos. If you can't leave something in the comments or email me and ask, I'm gonna file a copyright strike against you. I mean, why should you make money off of something that cost me money to acquire when I'm sitting here scrapping for monetization myself? Now my other channel is monetized. And of course, that's the other one that, like, I've had some videos stolen from. I don't think I've had any stolen from this channel. But this channel's the one that I'm still working on getting monetized, because honestly, I didn't really want 2 monetized channels, but that other one just kind of happened. And I mean, you got to think of it like this. I buy this camera for $600. I spend $200-300 on gas getting to where I'm going. I sweat, I hang out for hours, road cruise at night, hit the spots in the morning, go without sleep, drop $50, $60 on a crappy hotel in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, you can't take my stuff. Now, if you're a not-for-profit or something and you ask me, 9 out of 10, I'm going to say yeah. And I'll even edit it for you or you know, catch you the clip or whatever. I recently did that for a game warden in North Dakota. He wanted some of my bull snake footage, so I was like, heck yeah, you know. But right now, everybody's talking about Dingo, so I figured, hell, I'd talk about Dingo. I, I don't think he's a bad guy. I've read mixed opinions of him from like the people I know over in Africa, and there's some people that definitely don't like the guy. Feel he's in it for the money or whatever, and I wouldn't say that I caught that vibe. I would say that it was still his responsibility as the creator to make sure he had authorized use of the material. That's why YouTube has a Creative Commons license. That's why YouTube asks you if you mind your shorts are being sampled, your shorts videos, I should clarify that. But, you know, there's too many ways to get a hold of someone, and it may not be convenient for you, but still, that doesn't mean that it's okay to go steal people's property. If you want to kick this back to like the early 2000s, I was all over Napster, Garth Brooks, Dr. Dre, when they went after Napster, because they were like, hey, everybody's. I think he's on Instagram. I don't think he's on YouTube. Connor, I don't think he's got a link. Yeah, and exactly, Survival. If I wanted to use a clip out of like one of your videos, Survival, or one of Ariel's videos, I would ask you. I would say, man, can I use this? And Iron Dog, that's something I don't know, but I bet you did, is if he's got two editors working for him, then he should have known. If he's got a professional editor working for him, even just one, or even a part-time, heck, I know this. And yeah, and it doesn't hurt to ask, especially when, you know, a lot of the causes I believe in and shoot video for, it costs me immense amounts of money to acquire that video. So no, you just can't take it. I'm gonna round up 50 of my friends. We're gonna have them flag your channel into oblivion. And I generally don't like flagging other people's videos. I don't. Because it's like being a video creator is a big pain in the butt. And it's a lot of work for a little money. Even the people with the big audiences and stuff, they'll tell you that, you know, God, you know, like this channel right here is not monetized. The Angry Aatrox is not monetized. I've been working on this channel for 4 years. My top short has 12,000 views. My top regular full-length video has, I think, like 10,000. So by the time that gets monetized, I put a lot of dang work into that. Dropping a weekly video, buying computer equipment, buying video equipment. You know, I didn't even sleep last night. That's why I'm a little scary today. Didn't even sleep last night. Because I've got, my iMac has been back and forth. And I'm trying to get my video archived to like a secondary hard drive, getting it off my phone out of cloud storage and stuff. So just in case something does go down, I don't lose all that stuff. Exactly, Survival. And what people aren't taking into account, Survival, is Metallica was a band that I was a teenager in the mid-'80s when they broke. Those guys lived on $5 a week for food for 2 years before they made it. sleeping behind garbage cans when they couldn't afford an apartment. I mean, they went through all these rough times to get to the point to where they got a record label, to where they got signed, getting ripped off by clubs, getting, stuff rammed down their throats by other bands. You go through a lot of crap on the way to the top. And a lot of people never make it to the top. And it was a copyrighted product. So no, you just can't go out there and trade it. Now, once again, I'm sure there's someone here who's going to like Napster or LimeWire or some of that stuff, and maybe get offended with me. It's not that I'm opposed to the concept of like file sharing. I just think the artists that make the music should be entitled to some of that money, and the Supreme Court thought so as well. So, it is what it is. I sound stressed. I am stressed, dude. It's a lot of stress. When you've got like 3 gigabytes of video that you don't want to lose, and you may lose it, because it's my own fault. I wasn't backing it up as I went along. So now I'm like staying up late, backing all this stuff up after I do what I have to do during the day, which today was just a long day. I had to get my truck in the shop. I had to go get a lab done, get some blood work done. And I come home, sleep for like 3-4 hours, and then it's like back to pulling video and editing. And my whole thing is like, a lot of times my roundup video, which I know it's a highly controversial topic, I get it. But a lot of times that gets swiped. Okay, you talk about something that, you go to a town, you get admission to the event, you get a hotel, you have food while you're on the road, you have gas while you're on the road, you have decent camera equipment because the video has to be a certain quality for anyone to watch it. And then some jackass in Malaysia just steals 10 seconds of it. No, I'm going to flag your channel. You're lucky that you're not someone I know in America, because literally, I mean, if you get into digital licensing, if you read, like go to the YouTube Creator Studio or the YouTube official channel, because they break all this stuff down for you. If you haven't watched what's the difference between a Creative Commons license and a standard YouTube license, you have no business having 500,000 subs. Just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Unsubscribe me, unfollow me, whatever. And once again, not saying Dingo's a bad guy. I don't want to throw rocks at him. But I heard Nerd did a video sticking up for him. That's Nerd's prerogative. And I did agree with one point in the New England Reptile Distributors video, is that maybe it could have been handled differently. Maybe he didn't have to lose his whole channel. I do agree with that. I heard about another guy tonight who does a lot of feeding videos who got demonetized. And that was in Ledka's chat about 30 minutes ago. I had no idea. Can't remember the guy's name. It starts with an R. But I heard that he had a huge following, but all he did was feeding videos. I'll tell you this much. I'm not a YouTube genius. I'm not a YouTube guru. I've had 7 or 8 channels going back to 2008, 2009. I can see certain trends on YouTube. And like Iron Dog was the one that talked me into doing shorts. And looking back, as much as I fought it, that was a great suggestion by Iron Dog. He saw the trend. Exactly, Moon, that guy. I don't know how he pronounces it, but sadly he got demonetized, is what I heard. But I see where the live feeding stuff is going to come to an end. You may not think so. I've had a lot of friends get demonetized over it. I just think it's going to go that way. I'm not saying I agree with it, because I like to watch a live feeding video, especially Iron Dogs. Do yourself a favor, go to My Animal House, go to Iron Dog Reptiles, sub their channels, watch them feed some stuff. Especially, okay, Eric B., thank you. I don't want to pronounce anything and get it wrong. But, and Boa Man, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. And once again, I kind of do and I kind of don't. I mean, like, I see where it bothers some people, but I see where other people, it's just, to me, it's just part of nature. It's just, this is nature in captivity. And I'll tell you, I'll go into something real quick. A friend of my, ex-friend of mine, we no longer communicate, and that's a good thing, because the dude turned into a nozzle. But he works at a local zoo. And he was telling me that they were getting, cow parts to like feed tigers, Komodo dragons, all this stuff from like a local butcher. Exactly, Iron Dog. Give a warning shot or something. I'm not saying just like yank everybody's channels down, but like you and I both know some people. I know people will never be on YouTube again. And they're on Rumble, they're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, other things. Because, 2 videos got their entire channel nuked or demonetized. And then live feeding wasn't even their main thing. They did a lot of species profile type stuff. But then they took a mouse, threw it in with a rattlesnake, and bam, their money's gone. Okay, what do you do from that point? Rebuild another channel? A lot of people think you make a ton of money from YouTube. You don't. The money I was making from one of my other videos, it got listed as not suitable for ads, which I kind of saw coming. I thought, this isn't going to last forever. But my God, the money I made on that video, oh, you're right, Lou. And Lou B would be the man that knows. Yeah, I mean, you get a million view snake video, you're going to make $400 or $500, if that. And that's just a guesstimate. But that's been what I've seen. And you're right, Survival. But anyway, back to my friend at the zoo. Sorry, I've been a little sidetracked. They gave him permission, or they gave the staff permission to like hang like a cow thigh in the tiger pen, and let the public see the tiger eat. But they wouldn't let him do it with Komodo dragons. Why? Both of them are eating the same thing. One's a reptile. See, even at an upper level zoo management, they're saying, well, this is a little different. This is a that. This and da da da. People like cats. People don't like lizards. And all this crap goes on. Once again, I don't agree with that. I think it's kind of stupid and hypocritical. But then again, I'm also not managing the zoo down the street. But literally, Lou B 747. Guys, check him out. Sub him. Lou, drop a link to your channel. Oh, wait a second. You know what? I'm going to add you as a moderator so you can drop a link to your channel. Guy gets hit up for his video all the time. He's got a right to say no. Or he's got a right to say, cash at me, PayPal me. And once again, when you're dealing with these channels that all they do is rip off other people's videos or take other people's videos and combine them into their compilation, and then they're monetized, okay, you should be seeing some of that money, in my opinion. And once again, I know it's not a lot, but at the same time, I check my copyrights in my studio on my monetized channel about every other day. Hey Connor, did you get out and flip today? Let me know. People, I know one guy that flipped a decay or Texas brown snake in Oklahoma, and the frogs were calling tonight. So even though they're calling for cold weather here, stuff's starting to move. Exactly, survival. And once again, if you're using it for a not-for-profit or you seek that person's permission and they give you permission, totally different story. There's been a ton of times where people said, hey, I want this video. Or can I please use your video in my video? What you doing with it? Okay. And if they give me a straight answer and that's what they're pulling, I don't have any problems with it. And now, once again, it's your content. And I know that you upload things to like Facebook. It's technically like the property of Facebook and all this stuff, and they can do whatever they want with it. And that's in the fine print. You got to read. I mean, you got to read and understand the fine print, and it's a lot of dang research. Most of us are too lazy to do the research. I hate to be the one to say that, but I've been blessed to be around some video creators who are like YouTube coaches, graphic artists, people like that, and they understand all this stuff. And they make videos where they break these topics down. Like, understand Creative Commons in 3 minutes or less. And they put it in language that, you know, I can understand, you can understand. You know, it's pretty easy. It's out there. I mean, you can dig this stuff up. And if you can't understand that, you don't have business having a monetized YouTube channel, in my opinion. Once again, this is my opinion. Doesn't have to be yours. We can disagree. That's fine. And Iron Dog, I kind of tend to agree with you. I think a lot of this stuff is stuff that's not, you know, I don't think this stuff really hurts as much as they say it does. Yeah, frogs are singing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you reptile. We've got a cold front coming in like tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to hit us or not, but we've got a cold front coming in tomorrow, and I think any snakes found today, probably you won't see them for another week. Good question, Moon. I don't have the answer. I don't do reaction videos. So, hey, Iron Dog, we need to start like doing reaction videos to each other's videos. Like I could do a reaction to Iron Dog's like rat snake eats 6 mouse pups or something. I saw it, Iron Dog. It's all good, man. But like literally, Iron Dog, we could do reaction videos to each other's videos. It could be, look at this sucker. Is she gonna finish all 6 of those? Oh my god. It could be funny. And all that kind of stuff, I don't know. That stuff that's over my head. You know, Iron Dog, I've used racks, and I'd swear they're better for some things than a lot of like tanks and other setups. Now once again, I use it all, and you know my building. I mean, Iron Dog's one of the few people here who have had the tour of my building out and back. You know, right now I've got a bunch of Sterilite tubs out there for my smaller stuff, those ones with the blue liners, drilled air holes in them. And it's good for security measures, especially in dealing with smaller, you know, pit vipers. But at the same time, if I create a video in my studio or in my reptile building in my backyard, I might have a different take on it than if, well, I drove to the Oklahoma Panhandle to find and film this species. I mean, you break your neck making videos, at least the way I do. I'm not trying to marginalize anything anyone else does. I'm just saying, I put a lot of work into it and it costs me a lot of damn money. Excuse the language. I'm worried Sean is going to watch this tomorrow. Sean, the game lady. I don't want her to see me using profanity. But some nights you just have to use profanity. But anyway, hey, Boa Man, hit me up on Instagram Messenger or Facebook Messenger. I'll break all that down for you there. Well, and I don't agree with keeping things in racks or smaller plastic containers if you don't get them out and you don't let them like stretch and things and you don't let them crawl around in your yard or on the floor or whatever. I mean, I think if you just take like and once again, I don't want to use a ball python because that's kind of a bad example because I think racks are kind of like a ball python specialty because ball pythons in the wild, they just burrow up in holes. Exactly, survival. And hey, man, if ever I see anyone using your video, man, I'm going to call you. Or Discord you or whatever. Not that it's likely to happen, but if it did, I'd be the first to know. I'd want you to let me know if you saw my video somewhere else. Some people don't care. Some people absolutely don't care. That's fine too. That's their prerogative. Hang on. Allergies. And I think it's time for a water break. I'm going to take you guys with me. Oh. I appreciate you guys stopping in on this live tonight. I know it was last minute. Oh. We got some Quick Trip iced tea. Now watch all my preaching tonight. Quick Trip files something on me for use of their logo. That would be the ultimate irony. Boa Man, I will totally fill you in to everything. Boa Man, I've been following your YouTubes for like over 10 years. I remember when you used to get into it with people. I'm not trying to rehash bad memories, I'm just saying. 2012, Boa Man, I was on your channel. I remember some of those beefs. Yeah, exactly, Reptile. They should see it as free advertising, but believe me, not all the companies do. And that's another great point, Survival, is if you send them a message, an email, leave a comment, and they don't get back to you, the least you can do is see if it's got a Creative Commons license. Because if it's got a standard YouTube license, it's a no-no. If it's got a Creative Commons license, you link to the original video and credit goes to, and that's the least you can do. But then again, once again, that depends on whether or not you're making money on it. It's a totally different story then. Well, in Ariel, I got some amazing video of a prairie rattlesnake about 4 years ago, and I put it on Facebook and I put it on YouTube. I'm Wagner County Snake Hunter on Instagram, Boa Man. I like your new name, by the way. Rain's really coming down out here. Right. And that's a different story altogether too, Survival. It's these large channels that just poach people's stuff without asking. I'm not saying Dingo got under my skin, the concept of what Dingo's editors did got under my skin. See you later, Survival. And once again, I'm not saying the guy deserved to lose his entire channel. He could have got put on probation. And I think from the nerd video, I'm understanding that he did try to talk to them. I don't know all the ins and outs. What I do know is when you've got proof that you can throw something out there and prove it, say, hey, May 17th, 3:08 p.m., written consent to use this video in my video, to use this picture in my thumbnail. Now, once again, would you ever be able to get a hold of anybody at YouTube? That's why I like doing my stuff. I mean, once in a while, someone else's pick for my thumbnail, if it's someone I know, someone I trust. But even then, I've like used someone's pick for my thumbnail. 6 months later, get into a beef with them over something. And I'm thinking, God, they could go out there and strike my channel. So I get rid of that thumbnail. And it's sad because the thumbnail drove some traffic to that video. But at the same time, it's like, try to keep your channel safe. I mean, it's a real investment what we do here on YouTube. Whether you're doing live feeding videos, species profile, care sheet type videos, or whether you're going into bumfrick Egypt and filming stuff in the wild. It's a lot of work either way, and it's a lot of expense either way. So, you know, I mean, at minimum, you got computer costs and an internet bill. Well, Connor, were they doing good? Your snake feeding videos? Because if something's doing good, I would let it ride and get as many views out of it as you can. And then like when you get like a flag, that's when I would like either unlist it or pull it or something. Low views. Yeah, if you got low views, I don't know, to me, a lot of times I leave stuff out there even if it's got low views, but a lot of times, you know, one video on one channel that I had went to over 1 million views in a week. From like 500 to 1 million in a week. It got shared all over India, and it just blew this channel up. Hey, see you later, Morbid. Morbid, I didn't know you were in here. Did you sneak in? Either way, glad you stopped by, Morbid. I appreciate what you're doing over there. But the same video on the channel I originally uploaded it on, it's still sitting at like 420 views. 420 views. Oh gosh. Yeah, I need some 420 around here. That would help so much right now, I think. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna be on over an hour. I hope to not be. But Yesy Reptile. You know, I made an entire channel dedicated to my dog, and it's just like, I won't say it's blowing up, but it's like getting way more subs than any of my snake channels did for the amount of work, you know, because I just film my dog around the house or in the backyard, upload it, don't even edit it. And like I'm already at 150, 200 subs on that channel. Some of the videos got 10,000 views. It's just kind of weird. People like dogs more than they like snakes, or there's a broader appeal or something. But anyway, I just, you know, Ariel, I don't know. What I know is when I pulled up the analytics, like 50% of the traffic was India, like 20% Malaysia, 10% Australia. Very little of it was from the US. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But either way, that one video that I had that hit 1 million views, that pushed that one channel into monetization, it was good for about 2-3 months. Then the ads got nuked. Then the money came to an end. Right now I'm making, I know you're not supposed to talk about it, but right now my monetized channel with 8,000 subs and over 2 million, I think I've got like 2 million views on that channel, is making me about $4 a month. And once again, it was probably about 200-300 a month until that one video got delisted for ads, not suitable for ads, which it's their playing field. That's kind of the risk you run with doing things on YouTube. They can make the rules. We don't. But you deal with that. You deal with YouTube. Like, they nail this guy's feeding video, but they don't nail these other 4 guys' feeding videos. And you're sitting there going, you just want to strangle somebody because it's not consistent. I would literally, like if Rumble was getting traffic for nature videos, I would literally shift everything over to Rumble. It's a washing machine. I thought it was, we were expecting storms here tonight, didn't get them. We are getting rain, but not the thunderstorms. So I thought, my gosh, something's gone crazy out there. But anyway, I just think that, you know, Rumble's like another YouTube, you reptile. It works a little differently, but creators who have been censored or blacklisted or shadow banned on YouTube have went to Rumble. They've had good success. It's mostly political stuff. Go to rumble.com. You don't have to have an account to watch. But a lot of people that like got nuked on YouTube or Facebook went over to Rumble. They're doing well. And once again, if the nature videos would take off, I'd probably start adding over there. But then again, good point, Ariel. And I deleted a couple off Rumble the other night just because I was mad. And I was just like, why am I messing with this? But you raise a good point. And I've been doing that a lot because everything I upload, snake-wise, I upload to 2 different YouTube channels. My Roundup Radio channel and this channel, The Angry Aatrox. Because it doesn't take another 5 minutes to log into that other channel and hit upload and save. And keep it unlisted. You can throw in the description and all that later. But like literally, when you are dealing with a system failure, I wouldn't say I'm dealing with a system failure. I would say I'm dealing with a system challenge. You know, I'm trying to get everything on some portable hard drives, the bigger version of a flash drive. It's like this, but like 50 times the size. I'm trying to get everything over there so I can chop it up and edit it later. Now, it's all backed up to the cloud storage. I don't trust the cloud storage alone. And my phone and cameras and other things were slowing down, so it's like, and it's kind of my own fault. I'm a bit of a lazy bum when it comes to backing up stuff. Missed a lot earlier. What happened? Luby, what I kind of themed this about was Dingo Dinkelman, who is an African YouTuber that focuses on snakes. He used some photos from the African Snakebite Institute that were copyrighted, and they filed a copyright claim against him, and he lost his channel. He got 3 strikes like in a month. And my point is, you had 500,000 subs, you got 2 editors working for you. You should know to seek someone's permission before using their photograph or before using any of their video. he made another video that was Roundup related, and I actually know. Good point, Ariel. And I actually know for a fact that he didn't seek anyone's permission to use that video. Um, and once again, I can appreciate him wanting to address the issue, but still, you got to ask people their permission to use their videos or their photos. I mean, to me, it's just anything else is stealing. A lot of people, back when Napster came out in the early 2000s, a lot of people, like I said, they said things like, well, Metallica, Motley Crue, Dr. Dre, these people all have tons of money. What's wrong with letting us have free music? I understand that from the fans' point of view. And I understand if you don't have a lot of money and you can't go out and buy everybody's latest CD, I kind of understand that. But at the same time, it's copyright. It's copyright law. I mean, it's no different than, plagiarizing a book. I mean, it's just a different material, and people thought because it's on the internet we can do this. No, you can't. Okay, Lou, this guy Dingo got like 3 strikes in a month, I think, or 3 strikes in 3 months or something. What it was my understanding of it was the strikes happened so close together that they didn't have time for one to drop off. Yeah, and I feel bad about that for your airplane videos, and once again, it's a battle that, like, you kind of ask yourself, how far am I going to fight this? Excuse me, sorry, but and if someone used 10 seconds of my video and they were in a foreign country, I might not chase it down. Might be more of a problem to do that than to get paid for it, even though they're making money off of it, if they're making money off of it. But I can see where some of your airplane videos could get used without permission. And like you said, you kind of gotta weigh your battles. Um, you know, but in the end, I just want to encourage people, new YouTubers, and any old YouTubers that are hanging around. Um, you know, contact the creator. Most creators have a way for you to contact them or someone associated with them. I put emails at the end of all my videos. If you don't want to try to watch my video to the end to find out that I have an email, I mean, professional video solicitors do not do things this way. I've talked to them. Exactly, Lou, and once again, if they've got your permission, or they paid you for the footage, or they at least checked, or the other side of this is you're a dumbass of a creator and don't know standard YouTube license versus Creative Commons license, and you didn't take those steps, then that's on you. But yeah, I remember that one person, Lou, that just kept harassing you about you having Sherry in your video when they actually wanted to use that same video, and you didn't want them using it and you didn't give them permission, so they're just like, oh, you're horrible for doing this, and throwing Sherry in your video. And I remember like that's one example. Okay, you reptile, break it down. You should watch some videos on YouTube about it, because you'll get different things than what I'm going to kick out. But like, all my videos are standard YouTube license, not Creative Commons. Creative Commons means you can use it for the purpose of information sharing, and there's all this legalese thrown into it, and I don't I can't tell you what all that stuff means. I'm not an attorney. But YouTube Creator Studio has videos that breaks this down. And literally, to me, it's kind of akin to driving a car. Let's say you're 16, you go and get your driver's license. One of the things they say on most driver's tests is you have to know how to legally and responsibly operate whatever vehicle you're driving, even though this driver's license covers automatic, standard, motorcycles, whatever. Okay, that doesn't mean that you can drive a standard down the street if you can't operate that standard responsibly. And you're holding up traffic, you're trying to pop the clutch or something, you'll get a ticket for that. It's kind of like the responsibility's on you. They may not spell it out for you up front, but the responsibility's on you. But anyway, I do feel bad for Dingo. I do think the guy should have had like a probationary period, but he got 3 strikes in a certain amount of time. And the New England Reptile Distributors video, they point out the guy that like filed the copyright claims against him, or at least that's what they said. And they kind of try to make him out to be the bad guy. In my opinion, he's not. Now, maybe he should have worked with them. But then again, it's his material. He's the one that took the picture. To me, he should have the final say over what happens to it. Yeah, and Ariel, more and more places are like that. YouTube is kind of getting to where they're one of the few that at least differentiate. And that's one thing people don't understand about like things like Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that, is you upload something to there, they can use it for whatever. It doesn't matter whether your account's private or unlisted or whatever. That's kind of the price you pay for using their platform. So in the end, I'm going to say that nothing is for free. I'll say that. Everything comes at a cost. And, good, bad, or indifferent, it's just the way it is. But I would encourage all YouTubers, if you want to use someone else's video, ask them. I have never responded negatively to someone who asked me if they could use some of my stuff. Now, once they ask me, I generally ask them, are you monetized? What are you using this for? Like some herp club in Ohio or Idaho or California wants 15 seconds of rattlesnake footage. Man, for your presentation, let me just clip that up for you, put it in Dropbox and send it. Because I like helping people. It's a good way to build relationships. But then again, when people hit you up and they're like, can I use this video? Well, what do you want to use it for? What are you doing? What's the scope of your project? And they're like, well, we make nature videos. And then it's like they're real short and they don't like answer you back. Usually those are the guys that are trying to monetize other people's videos, and they're just thieves. If you ask me to use my video, not that I get hundreds of requests, believe me, I don't. Like Lou B probably gets a lot more requests than I do. I know a lot of people snag his videos, but he herps all over the world. He finds amazing stuff. Plus his airplane videos are pretty crazy. Gotcha, Connor. But it's the whole principle of, can I use this? I have the right to ask what for. Because if you wanted to use some of my rattlesnake video or some of my cottonmouth video to paint snakes in a negative light, I'm gonna reject your offer. Now, when you sell commercially, a lot of times um, they don't even offer the first right of refusal anymore. I mean, they're just like, you want to sell this to us or not? What we do with it once you sell it to us is our concern, not yours. I kind of understand why some of them are that way, even though I don't always agree with that. And that's another kind of grayer area. Well, any reptile, you could have at least answered them because they probably took it anyway. I have people all the time in, do you mind if I use this rattlesnake rattle sound for my ringtone? No. Let's make the non-rattlesnake world sound like more rattlesnakes. I'm down with that. I don't want any money off of it either because you're not making any money off of it at that point. Although probably someone out there could, selling ringtones and stuff. But I just think there's a common courtesy that should be adhered to among YouTube creators, content creators, Instagram creators, Facebook creators, Rumble creators, anybody, everybody. Ask. And especially if you provide contact information. Now, once again, I deal with this a lot. People ask on a comment, hey, I want to know if you can get this or that, or if you can do this or that. And I'll tell them, message me on Instagram. Or email me at this address. Well, I don't have email, I don't have Instagram. Okay, sucks to be you. The onus is on you to contact me the way that I deal with being contacted. If you yank my video and you didn't bother to contact me, it doesn't give you permission to use it, and it gives me and my friends the right to gang up on your channel and copyright strike the hell out of you. Once again, this isn't something I deal with, this is something I deal with maybe once a year. The fact that Dingo got hit, and then Nerd, and once again, like Nerd, like Dingo for the most part, don't dislike anyone there. But kind of the way Dingo went for it in the Nerd reaction video kind of led me to do this live. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it. I don't think Dingo should have lost his entire channel, but I think he should have been put on probation and either remove the thumbnail or remove the picture, or once again offered to make a donation. Maybe he did, and maybe that wasn't brought out. So there's always that possibility. So I don't want to be too judgmental. But, and Connor, yeah, going back to what I said earlier, sometimes in my lives, guys, I'm all over the place. My apologies. But I had a prairie rattlesnake video that I was telling Ariel about earlier. Uploaded it to Facebook, and it took off. It got like 20,000 views or something like that. Just blew through the roof. Then I noticed that other people had uploaded it to their pages, and they had removed my email address that I had across the bottom. I reported those posts. I mean, do I mind if you share it? No. And once again, it's really hard on a platform like Facebook that doesn't have a way to check it that I know of. YouTube does. You can go to copyright in the YouTube studio and see if your video's been jacked and put in another place. Not sure if that's only for monetized channels or if that's for all channels. But at least YouTube has that tool. Facebook doesn't, that I know of. So it's just kind of like someone would have to tip you off to it. But yeah, it's real easy to pull someone's watermark, Connor, and I'm totally with you. And Ariel, one thing about Facebook, is I drop a YouTube link on Facebook, even with a killer thumbnail, If I upload the video directly to Facebook, it's going to get 5-6 times the traffic that a YouTube link will. Not saying that's right, it's just the way it works. Right, and when you share something, at least the ad revenue goes to the original creator. And once again, I think another thing that could be done is if someone wanted to use your video and you say, well, you're a monetized channel, Cash App me $40, PayPal me $50 or $20 or whatever you deem that video's worth. Then at least you're getting something out of it. But just these people who just steal things, it just, oh God, just gets all over me. And I'm not saying that's what Dingo intentionally did. I'm not saying that at all. I am saying that when you have a YouTube channel of that size, when you're making a living off YouTube, very few people ever hit those kinds of numbers. Probably 99% of YouTube creators never even come close to 10,000 subscribers. I want to say the number's something like that. I saw a video on it the other day, like it was called what are my chances of being monetized, or what are my chances of making a living on YouTube? Excuse me. And they break it down and they say for each person who creates, who gets monetized, there's like 27,000 people who will never be monetized. The thing of it is YouTube is reliability, consistency, and getting good material. And it's hard to make the perfect storm of all that happen. Hey, Boa Man, I see the Instagram requests. Thank you. I'll message you when this live's over. But gang, I'm going to go ahead and kill it. I'm not hating on anyone. Not at all. Good point, Ariel. Only 5% are actually monetized. And then, look at how many channels are monetized. They have 1,000 subs to 4,000 watch hours, but yet probably no videos over 10,000, 15,000 views. They can't be making $2 a month. But still, they put the work into it. Like your channel's a great example, Ariel. I'm glad you brought that up. Ariel does a lot of cooking videos. Okay, so she pretty much gives us a video diary of her making her own lunch or dinner. What she does for this recipe, what she does for that. Okay, she's dealing with internet costs, she's dealing with camera costs, then she's dealing with food costs. Because you have to buy that stuff to make that recipe. Once again, she needs to receive compensation for her work. I mean, think about it like this. How many of you would go to a job and your job said, we're not going to pay you for this week's work? Would you go back next week? On YouTube, you work and you work and you work to get to the point where you can get paid. So I would encourage everyone, don't do YouTube for money. If the money comes, that's great. But recently, I just had a creator blowout where I worked my tail off to monetize this channel. My other channel actually monetized by freak incident, and I rode that train for a while. Now I'm just kind of like, I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm going to put out stuff when I want to put out stuff. I'm going to go live when I want to go live. I'm going to make shorts when I want to make shorts. Now that it's spring, I'll probably start doing more bug shorts and things. This is pretty easy to come by around here. And those are good things to have on your channel. But, there seems to be a rash of people lately that are complaining about their video getting yanked. And I don't blame them, because, it's your video. YouTube probably has some rights to it because they upload it to their platform, or you upload it to their platform for free. But that doesn't mean that another creator has the rights to it. And I would really, really encourage any new creators to watch some videos. And you could start with, what is Creative Commons license? Put that into a YouTube search engine. Watch the video. You'll get some answers out of it. You'll get some answers in the comments section. I wouldn't trust everything in the comments section, but someone will comment some gold in the comments section. Oh, gang, my voice is starting to go. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. You know, I said what I said. I stand by it. It's something I've kicked around and thought about many times. And that's my opinion. I mean, I do feel bad for Dingo losing his entire channel. But at the same time, I also see how it could have been prevented. And part of me kind of scratches my head and goes, did you not know this? Or did you not think this? And maybe he didn't. Maybe he's too busy creating content that he doesn't care, or his editors didn't catch it. You got to know who, especially if you're going to employ other people for your YouTube channel, you got to know who you're working for. And you got to know who's working for you and what they're capable of and how sharp they're going to be. And these people that just think they have, oh, I can steal this video or I can steal this photo and I can just remove your watermark. It's not cool. Maybe on some platforms it's legal beagles, and if you're Creative Commons, you've kind of put it out there to where they can do that. It's still not cool. I mean, think about it. There's tons of resources on YouTube that break these things down for you. That's why I kind of, you know, do feel sorry and don't feel sorry for someone like Dingo, who lost his entire channel because the strikes came in such rapid succession. I do think he should have been afforded an opportunity to make it right. Now, if the person that you know, is the original owner of the content doesn't want to associate with you, that's kind of just bad luck on you. Not saying it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck to be you. It does suck to be you at that point. But it is what it is. Remember, guys, in the end, if you want to use someone's video, someone's photo, at least ask permission. And don't use it if you can't get their permission. Play it safe. I've had producers of certain shows that wound up on Nat Geo Wild actually use some of my snake footage. And they went through like a lot of hoops to find out my email and contact me. That's why when I relaunched this channel, I started putting my email address at the end of every video. Now, granted, people can spam you that way and stuff, but you know, you kind of got to know how to work that kind of stuff, especially if you want to be in this kind of field, if you want to make money in this kind of field. But when in doubt, ask. If I want to use Lou B's blue coral snake video, ask. I know how to get a hold of him. A lot of people, I think, are just lazy. I think that's what it boils down to with a lot of these people. They're just lazy. They don't want to have to contact you. They just want to go do what they do and then click on their YouTube's Creator Studio and see how much money they made off your back. That's it, gang. If someone decides to hate me over this video, so be it. No, I was using it as an example of a piece of video that I would like to use if I was doing like something on venomous snakes in Malaysia. You're the only one that's you're the only one I know that's filmed any of those, Lou. Maybe someone else has filmed them and I don't know about it. My thoughts of VP ending up. I actually am looking at installing a virtual private network on my computer, because not that I've gotten any viruses or anything, but I do notice that like when you use Google, like some things just like start tracking you and stuff, and don't know exactly what that has to do with YouTube. Feel free to message me about that later, because who knows, that may be the subject of another video at some point in time. Hey Lou, know that if ever I used anything of yours, Smetlogic's, anyone's, I would ask. I would have the courtesy to message you or say, here's my phone number, can you please call me? I just wouldn't take it. I just wouldn't take it. That's a crappy thing to do. To me, I equate it as thievery. Like I was in the drugstore earlier and I bought some cold medicine. It was $5.72, six something with tax. If I'd have just walked out of the store and not paid for it, that'd make me a thief. Same thing in the digital world, my friends. You can't use it just because it's there, unless they've got it marked that way. Then it's fair game. I wouldn't doubt some of those situations actually work for people, especially if they credit the content creator. Because if someone like Real Wild, if you check out their channel on YouTube, if they said, hey, we can't buy this video from you, but we'd like to use this video, we're going to credit your name and we're going to drop a link to your channel in the description. Oh, I'd do that in a heartbeat. That would be all kinds of exposure. The more exposure you get, though, the more you got to watch out for people stealing your stuff. Anyway, gang, hit me up on Instagram after this. Any questions or any thoughts? I'm going to get out of here. It's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know that I'm going to sleep, but I do feel my voice is going out. And appreciate you sticking with the rough nature of this live. Normally, I like to have a little more polish, be a little bit more together. E-Reptile, I appreciate you. Ariel, Lou B, I appreciate all of you. Boa Man, appreciate you. Morbid, Gary, everybody, appreciate all of you. Survival, Connor. Anyone I missed. Iron Dog, Moon, Boa Man. Guys, I appreciate all of you guys, and you know I'm checking out what you do. Alejandro Wild, Mexico. Well, hello from Chihuahua. David Alejandro Gutierrez. De Alejandro Wild, Mexico. Okay, Alejandro Wild, Mexico. Go check out that guy's channel. Guy's got some good stuff. Now, it is in Spanish, so you should be able to click on CCs and have the subtitles. But even if you can't, the video's still worth it. The guy gets some amazing nature footage and field herp footage. Survival, thank you for stopping by and jumping on Hammer for me. It's a good night. We didn't have any bots. Sedaskid, if I'm pronouncing that right, and Jesse Whitlock. If you see this later, Jesse, I'll hit you up. Sedaskid, thank you for stopping by Retro Oregon. Don't know you guys, thank you for stopping by. Glad you jumped on. Guys, I'm going to kill it. Remember that when in doubt, ask. Even if it's a lot of work, ask. I'd rather put in a lot of work and ask and get permission than build a video up to 200, 500,000 views, then have it bring my channel down. When in doubt, ask. If you can't get a hold of the person, don't use it. That's the safe way to play it. My 2 cents.